this warm and shimmering afternoon, I welcome you all roundly. My name is Ria from Department of Economics and your host till the end of the function. Feel very honored to welcome you all to the second debate competition organized by the Speakathon Club under Training and Placement Cell with auspicious blessings of Ma Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and wisdom. I welcome our Honorable Director, Sir Shri Pratap Malik, Sir, Assistant Director, Dr. Aditya Veer Singh, Sir, Judges, Dr. Astha Gupta, Assistant Professor, English Department, Mr. Neeraj Verma, Assistant Professor, Distance Education, Coordinator and Joint Coordinator, DSC, CSCs and all other participants from different departments of Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. Before moving forward, I would like to tell you all how Speakathon Club in these 2 months have organized one storytelling, 2 debate competition and yes, our fortnightly GEs to enhance and improve the learning skills and leadership qualities among students. The objective of Speakathon Club is to improve effectiveness of communication, enhance creativity and productivity of students, and develop communication skills and leadership qualities of its member, and we are successfully working on it from the very starting. Now, moving forward with an auspicious start, let me request Director Sir Shri Pratap Malik, who is working efficiently in this field, for a formal welcome note. We welcome you, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So, all of us are today present in this debate competition being held by Speakathon Club of Training and Placement Cell. And here I would take this opportunity to welcome our today's chief guest, who is yet to come, Professor Dalbir Singh from Haryana School of Business, who is also working as Dean Alumni Relations of our university. And I also welcome both of our jury members, both of our judges, Professor Dr. Astha Gupta from English Department and Mr. Neeraj Verma, Directorate of Distance Education. So I would like you people to welcome them with big round of applause. So as told by anchor, this Speakathon Club has been working for enhancing the communication skills of the students, and I would like to appreciate the efforts of all the coordinators and the volunteers of this club, because they are working day and night. They are working very hard only for the sake of this noble purpose to, you can say, benefit the students with these type of programs. So earlier also such type of education contest etc. were conducted by Speakathon Club. And last year a very beautiful program was organized by Speakathon Club, and that program was Azadi Amrit Mahotsav series. So that program basically continued for 1 complete year, and each month we used to hold an elocution contest on the lives of those freedom fighters who were either born or who basically died in that particular month. So that competition also worked very well, and more than 500 students participated in that series, and they spoke, or they basically knew about the lives of more than 100 freedom fighters. So that was a very great initiative and great program by Speakathon Club. And this year also mock interviews are being conducted by Speakathon Club. Fortnightly group discussion series is being conducted by the Speakathon Club, and this debate competition is also one very important, you can say, product of the Speakathon Club. And I am very happy that good number of students are present here. They have come forward to express themselves, because this initiative is going to remove your stage fear. It is going to boost your confidence of speaking in front of people. And this very skill of good communication is going to work for you in each and every area of life. whether you are doing a job in any MNC or you are working in your own enterprise, you are starting your own startup, in every field you have to speak, you have to express yourself in each and every area. So until and unless we practice this particular skill of communication, so we can't master it. So for that very purpose, we are providing this platform to the students, and it is good that you are availing this opportunity. You should also tell your other friends who are not aware of this program. You should motivate them and help them in participating, in coming forward and presenting themselves also. So today we are going to debate on very important, very current topic of 10% reservation for EWS section. So recently Supreme Court verdict came about this particular theme or point, and today you will be speaking either for the motion or against the motion. So I express my best wishes for all of you. So without taking much time, again I welcome our chief guest who will be coming in a short while, and our both the judges and all the coordinators also. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for such inspiring words. Now, moving forward, learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with order and attained with such diligence. Yes, with that, let us start the debate competition. Ladies and gentlemen, before calling the participant on stage, let me again introduce you the juries of today's event, Dr. Asta Gupta and Mr. Neeraj Verma. Initially, let me read out the rules given to the participants, and the participants are requested to follow the rules and regulations. The topic for this debate competition is decision of 10% reservation for EWS will ensure economic justice to its citizens. Judges, please note the topic again. Decision of 10% reservation for EWS will ensure economic justice to its citizens. Now, the rules and regulations are, participants, please notice, first, you have to present in English only, although any couplets may be recited in Hindi or in any other language as well. Your name will be announced by anchor, that is me, for speech anchoring speech according to your serial number of the participant list. Speech should be of maximum 4 minutes. No lower limit is there. There would be a warning message after 3 minutes and a message of timeout after 4 minutes. Next, speakers should themselves focus on the topic. You can either speak in favor or in against of the given topic as per your choice. If the speaker makes a statement, he or she must be able to provide evidence and reasons to support the statement. If a participant has already mentioned a point, the other cannot repeat the same point, although one can interpret the point in other way. Paper reading is absolutely not allowed, and if anyone do so, will be disqualified immediately. Next, as debate is just to improve your leadership skills, so no offensive or defamatory remark should be there in your speech. Your introduction part will be considered in timings 4 minutes, so adjust your timings of speech accordingly. Now, I hope you all get them correctly. Now, the participants must note, it is very important, all the participants must notice here, that they would be judged on the basis of first, command on language, second, accuracy of fact, third, way of presentation, fourth, originality and persuasiveness, fifth, countering others' argument with each 20 marks. Do I have to repeat this? First, command on language, second, accuracy of facts, third, way of presentation, fourth, originality and persuasiveness, and fifth, countering others' argument. Again, also the sequence would be in favor and against, and the participant know that they would be called upon accordingly. Now, I see that the participants are ready to come on the stage and share their views about the given topic. So, let me call upon the stage our first speaker, Bhumika. Bhumika, please come on stage.
Honorable directors, our jury members, coordinators, and my dearest friends, a very warm good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Bhumika from BSc Psychology Honours first year and standing before you to share my views in the favor of our topic, that is decision of EWS 10% reservation will ensure the economic justice or not. So, for understanding this statement, firstly we have to understand that what is EWS reservation. The economical weaker section reservation means the people who are in general category with their people in general category with their annual income of 8 lakh rupees are included in this category, excluding the home of their 1000 square feet and 100 yards plot in nominated municipal area and 200 yards plot in non-notified municipal area with 5 acres of agricultural land. So now a question arises: why was the petitioners were against this motion? They said that this motion will be against the natural or the structure of our reservation that was already followed, but our Chief Justice of India, UU Lalit and Justice Maheshwari stated that this motion will not violate any of reservation because its criteria is completely different and it is based on economic criteria and it will not be violating any of the reservation. And as I am in favor, I would be taking my views that earlier the SC and STs are already having reservations and its criteria is completely different. So I think no one should have any of problem with this reservation criteria and it would not be affecting really to anyone. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, Bhumika. Not taking much of your time. Now I would like to invite on stage Yogita. Yogita, please come on the stage. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, myself Yogita Yadav from BSc Chemistry Honours second year, and today I am against the motion. First, on the topic that EWS category that is based on the 8 lakh people are fall under the, annual income 8 lakh. But this number is too arbitrary for that. If that number was like 1 lakh, 2 lakh, that still should be considered. But 8 lakh, it is more than enough, because when we consider taking aside OBC, SC and ST, if you only see in general category, 95 to 98% people fall in this category. So now what is the meaning of this? They are still competing with themselves only, they are still competing for those seats only. 8 lakh is too arbitrary number. And if we judge, in OBC reservations, there are put two categories like creamy layer or non-creamy layer. 8 lakh, whose income is like 8 lakh annually, they fall in creamy layer in OBCs only. But in general category, now they are falling in backward classes or weaker classes. Then what is the sense in this? Because at one side you are speaking that they are still good enough to survive in the society, and in general category you are saying that they are in weaker sections, so they have to make for reservations. And first, why reservations are made? For SC, ST, OBCs, they are oppressed in the past. When we have just independence, they are not having any respect at them, they are not having jobs. That's why reservations were made. Now it is the time to reform the reservation, not making other reservations for the people. Like, we have to consider the reservations of SC, ST, OBC, because 7 decades have passed after independence. We should reform them, not making other reservations. Instead of unity in our society, we are dividing them under the category of SC, ST, weaker sections, creamy layer, non-creamy layer. We should unite ourselves. Instead of these reservations, we should have more schemes to help people. But these reservations are for like jobs. I would like to tell, if we free the education, if everyone receive educations normally, equally, then there would be no need for reservations, because everyone would be based on their merit only. Everyone is having equally received the education, same education. There will no need for the reservations. Thank you.
Thank you. Every act of conscious learning requires the willingness to achieve your goals. Calling upon the stage the next participants of today's event is Sakshi.
Good afternoon, everyone, especially jury members. So, as Sir told that Supreme Court is facing 3:2 verdict between the Janhit Abhiyan and Union National Writ Petitioner. So, I'm partly in the favor of this decision. First of all, I want to take you to the history. So, we all know that SC/ST was oppressed, as Yogita said. They were oppressed in the past times, and they were seemed as socially backward. But now the scenario has been completely changed. So I want to put forward a statement that no ST/SC or socially backward categories are poor, and no general categories are rich, and no poors are the deserving candidates, and no rich are the deserving candidates. Okay, so there is no need of reservation. I think so. But we can't handle everything. Government is there to handle these scenarios. So if I talk about this reservation, we all know that 50% reservation is with SC/ST, and somewhere general categories are suffering from it, because there may be some many deserving candidates who can perform much better, and they are missing the opportunities due to this 50% reservation, because 50% is literally high. So giving them 10% reservation to general categories seems very equal for general categories. And from here, I'm partly in the favor, because reservation are no good. We should reform the policies. Okay. And sorry.
It's okay, guys, if you forget, just continue from there. Now, I appreciate your efforts. Calling upon the stage our next participant, Lalit Kumar. Lalit Kumar against the motion of today's topic.
So, giant ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is that 10% reservation will provide us the social equality or not to the citizens of India. It is very sarcastic that I belong from the EWS category, but I'm criticizing those. I'm not fully criticizing, but I doesn't support the provision that is inside the topic. The reason is quite simple and clear. That you have provided the reservation and you have mentioned that you will get the seats in the higher institutions. But don't you think you are giving the seats? But the fees and all kind of charges that you have taken, they're still the same. One side you are saying that they belong from the EWS category, their income is not capped so that they can bear the cost of education. But still you are not providing any kind of exception in the fees. Secondly, you are providing this reservation within the general category. What happens with the SC and ST and other categories? They are getting the reservation just on the basis of the caste, not on the basis of economic section. So there is a need that we remove that casteism and bring all the categories under the economic section. And if I give a simple example, last year the cutoff in the Delhi University for the EWS category for the BSc Mathematics was 96%. And for the general category, if we are not considering them EWS, it was a 97%. That is why very sarcastic that still the percentage is same in the cutoff. Just 1% margin you are giving. and you are not getting any exemption. So that sounds very different. Secondly, I have told you the fee structure. Still, it is the same. You are not providing any exemption. On the other side, you are giving the scholarships to the other categories. So two improvements need to be made here. That if you are bringing the cutoffs, you should make it down. Doesn't look like only 1% difference in the reservation for the general and EWS. Secondly, you should provide at least some scholarship for the exemptions. So it will literally make a sense that they belong from the EWS categories. By the way, it's a good starting. I partially may be supporting it, but some provision need to be changed and some improvements need to be taken. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before calling upon the next participants, let me tell you all that you need to be exactly in favor of the topic or exactly in against of the topic. You don't have to fluctuate in between the both motions. So, now calling upon the stage Samyak Jain in favor of the today's topic.
Good morning to directors and jury members. My name is Samir. I am in CSC department first year. Today I want to share my topics or views in the favor of the motion. The reservation given to the EWS in my ways is correct because we have to levelize the every sections of the society from the starting point so that they can take benefits from the for the facilities that the government is providing. First of all, there are many. First of all, EWS reservation is given so that every person or every candidate can make benefit from the government schemes. But nowadays reservation is for the now reservation is giving
You know, guys, coming on the stage is really a big deal. So even if you stop here and in the middle of your speech, it's no big deal. Just continue in your next debate competition. Thank you. And now, calling upon the stage our next participant, Bhavna Mittal, in against of the motion. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon to all. I am Bhavna and I am present here to present my views against the motion. Congratulations to all. You are going to become poor. You will be poor. I'll be poor. We were all going to be poor. In fact, 80 to 90% population of our country are going to be economically weak. On 7 January 2019, our Union Cabinet has approved a bill for 10% reservation to be given to the economically weaker sections of the general category for jobs and education opportunities. What's interesting about the eligibility criteria for this new reservation is, first criteria for qualification is if your household income is rupees 8 lakhs or lesser per year. But the data shows us that 95% of households earn less than 8 lakhs or lesser per year. And if we consider about the general individuals, 99% people earn less than 8 lakhs per year. So these 99% people are termed as economically weak. Second criteria states that the agricultural land should be owned less than 5 acres. But the data shows us that 86% of holdings is less than 5 acres. Third criteria is that then the house should be less than 1000 square feet, where the data shows us that 80% households have houses less than 500 square feet or less. So what can you conclude from these three criteria? That 80 to 90% of our population are eligible as they are fall in this criteria. Another interesting fact about this reservation is that in our India, income tax slab starts at which means our government expects from us that if we are earning more or equal to rupees 2.5 lakh per year, that we should pay the income tax. And on the other hand, they said us that if your household income is rupees 8 lakhs or less, you are termed as economically backward. So they are termed as economically backward as well as demands taxes from us. What's the logic to this? Obviously, this reservation is only for general category, and around 80 to 90% of general category are qualifying this criteria. So, what is the reservation is this? If almost everyone qualifies it, so what is the need of creating a new reservation? Someone aptly tweeted that the government has not given you any lollipop. The government simply took out your lollipop from your pocket and giving it back to you and saying, look, we are giving you a new lollipop. So the most important question that we should ask from the government is, where are the jobs? If there are no jobs, then what will we do with this reservation? If there are zero jobs, then 10% of zero would be zero, 50% of zero would be zero. So we should demand jobs instead of reservations. If there are no jobs, then you get more employment opportunities. And if there are more jobs, if there are fewer jobs, then how much can you divide? So think yourself. Thank you.
Amazingly done. We would really remember the lollipop thing. Thank you so much. It was really nice. So, calling upon the stage our next participant, Deepak Kumar Kaushik, in favor of the motion with serial number 11. Again, serial number 11, Deepak Kumar Kaushik, in favor of the today's topic.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Deepak Kumar Kaushik from EC department. I am in the topic of favor of EWS quota. We all started the reservation policy to uplift the society. We have given the SC, ST and OBC quota to uplift some classes, and for general we treat everyone as in same category. But many of the general category have not their much income, and we cannot consider it before we have our contribution make policy of the EWS quota. Before it, every general category is considered as same. After EWS quota, we give some special help to uplift the economic weaker people comes in general category, and it helps to increase the education for the general category of students, and it helps in the other jobs and many other government schemes. So I am in the favor of it, and government should need to update this, like in this program 8 lakh criteria need to be some update in this, and because India has many people whose income is below the 8 lakh, so some changes are required in future. But this is good appreciation for the government who launched the income provision for the quota or reservation. Thank you.
Your efforts are appreciated. Thank you so much. Now calling upon the stage, next participant, Krishna Nand Tutu, in against of the motion with serial number 13. Serial number 13 on the stage. Thank you. Correction here. What is please not? He is in favor of the topic.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Krishna from GJUS&T second year, and I am in favor of this topic. Let's start with what the motto of reservation, so that this is implemented in our country. The reservation has implemented for giving society to an equal level. But till now, you are in against of EWS reservation whatever launched because you are not thinking the ground reality. What's the ground reality of general people, and if you go to ground reality, you will see that there are so much general people in village there like that there is no roof on them, and you can see that you can just ask from yourself, you can feel that how can he study their children, how can he or she can study their children if they have about two girls or maybe one son there. How can he study if they have no roof inside over them? They have not even sufficient money to earn to live life daily with general people can whatever live. This you can say someone is pulling rickshaw and someone is using to buy you can say pan of a very short shop, very small shopkeeper. So there are no like that. If people born in gender category, that it means that it's his or her economical condition is very good, and like that. No one if someone is born under gender category, not like that. They have so much money from given by God. Not like that. So and you can say if I am okay, I am against from you that it is not wrong. Then what is it right that you have to select one student out of two students for making one of them a doctor, and one has got 20 marks and one has got 90 marks, and you got selected because of reservation of the candidate having got 20 marks and rejected of candidate having got 90 marks. Then you can say that what's effect on this, what the effect on this country? Our country goes backward because of this. The candidate having got maximum, having better knowledge can be rejected by the system, and the candidate having less knowledge can selected by the system. This effect very much on our country. Like that, you have to select for officer, you have to select doctor for army, and the candidate who got 20 marks got selected. How can he serve? How can he serve good with because he has not so much knowledge rather than the candidate who has got 90 marks. And someone who says you can say that some politicians who are come under like I am not going to disclose something, but you can ask from yourself that someone come under someone is using in reservation category very bad manner like that. He is a politician, but he is using like there is no requirement to given to them, but actually he is using it. So I think this is I am in favor. So thank you so much for listening.
One thing I would like to share with you. The topic of today's debate is whether this 10% reservation is okay or not. Whether reservation is legitimate or not, whether reservation should be there or not, that is not the topic of our today's debate. So we should try to be focused on this particular topic, that whether this 10% EWS is legitimate or you can say good for the economical justice. So we should concentrate on this.
Also, I want to add something. Just जिनकी यहाँ पे बारी आती जाए वो प्लीज इस हॉल को लीव ना करें, बिकॉज जितना हमने दूसरे को सुनना है, जितना हमने बोलना है, उतना सुनना चाहिए. थैंक यू. Next, I am calling upon the stage Yogesh in favor of the motion serial number 18. Serial number 18, Yogesh.
Good morning, all of you. I am Yogesh from Hyderabad. I am from BTech IT first year. I speak in the favor of motion. मैंने पोजीशन many opposition candidates said that the government has to break this reservation 100%, but government cannot do this because of many kind of pressure. Government cannot break all the reservation in one go, but they can work on making the people how deserve these benefits in one shadow. This reservation is not the violation of any constitution, even it may affect the economically weaker section in positive way to grow and express themselves in democratic country. It is the starting of real democratic country because in previous some people who can understand who come under upper class but they have weak financial condition are not able to take advantage of this reservation category. This 10% reservation assures the EWS candidate to express themselves in competitive world. Thank you.
Let me again tell you all that paper reading or phone reading is not allowed. You would be disqualified immediately, but your efforts are much needed here. So thank you for your efforts. Now calling upon the stage our next participant, Vinay. In against of the motion with serial number 23.
Hello everyone, I am Vinay from Economics Department. First of all, I would like to tell you about when the Constitution was made. This was said that the reservation is not given on the basis of that if we are giving reservation, we will get jobs. This will not counted in the एम्प्लॉयमेंट जो वो दी गई थी वो सरकार के अंदर भागीदारी जो पार्टिसिपेशन इन द गवर्नमेंट. So if any caste which is given reservation is getting employment in any sector of government, it is for the development of that particular caste. And it was also said that reservation was only kept to 50%. Reservation was made so that all of the categories, all of the people from different societies, different castes would show their मतलब कि अपनी प्रस्तुत करेंगे, अपनी कास्ट को दिखाएंगे गवर्नमेंट में. बट जो इसके अंदर जो अमेंडमेंट किया गया है 10% अमेंडमेंट, दिस इज नॉट राइट बिकॉज इफ we have done amendment in the constitution, it will also be increased in next years. So for example, if they have increased 10% in near future, they will also increase this 20%, 30%, and this is not right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now calling upon our next participant, Anurag, in favor of the motion with serial number 12. Anurag, in favor with serial number 12. अच्छा तालियों का Thank you so much. You can encourage every one of us by your small claps. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anurag. I am from Environmental Science Department, first year. I am going to speak in favor of the motion. Reservation is a broad term when we look at our history, our independence. When we see many sections of society, they are being oppressed by the so-called privileged members of the society, the rulers. So this concept was originally introduced by Mr. Baba Bhimrao Ambedkar. He had very positive things about it. He wanted other section of the societies that are deprived of equal opportunities and they were discriminated on the basis of caste. So he wanted to uplift them. He made this criteria of reservation for a good cause. But as we can see that after so many years of independence, reservation is used in a bad way because no particular time span is defined for reservation. That's why many people they take out negative aspects of it. So in general public, reservation term is used in a negative way, and most of the candidates who are well qualified, they are not able to get job because of this. When we come to EWS, Economic Weaker Section Society, Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao in 1992, he introduced that 27% of the reservation should be given to OBCs on the basis of their caste, and 10% of the reservation should be given to EWS. So many people, they objected this decision of Narasimha Rao government. They said that other castes, they are not included in this 10%, so this is not constitutional. So in the famous Indira Sahni case, this decision was taken back, although the 27% of OBC reservation was kept. So personally saying that this decision was for a good cause too, because they wanted economic weaker section of the society to uplift them, but again the social prejudice, the public, so it caused them to withdraw this decision. In 2006, RS Seno committee was formed again to see the deprived sections of society who belong to a general caste, but they are still facing poverty and other things. So my general question is that if you belong to a privileged family, despite of being of SC, ST tribe and taking the reservation, so I don't think so it's a good thing. But EWS people, they belong to general category, and they should be given the right for equal opportunity, and no discrimination must be against them. That's why the article 15 and 16 were amended in 103rd Amendment of Indian Constitution in 2019. So I strongly believe that EWS category should be uplifted and reservation should not solely be given on the basis of caste. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. It was really good indeed. So calling upon the next participant, Vipin, in against of the motion with serial number 14. Serial number 14, Vipin.
Good afternoon. Myself Vipin Sharma from SSB MBA Finance. Today I will talk about against the motion. In 2019, Government of India passed a bill for the EWS category reservation on the economic base. But under Article 15 for Clause 4, the reservation should be based on only socially and educationally. It is against the Constitution, and it is exceeded by the judgment of Supreme Court in 1991. The reservation should not exceed by 50%, but this reservation is exceeded by 60%. The third is the reservation provide for SC and ST community because the participation in governance and bureaucracy is very low. But after the reservation, he increased in participation in governance and bureaucracy. According to DPSP, government should do action for the backwardness of for improve the backwardness of backward classes, not for reservation. Thank you.
It is to be noted that if you do not exceed 3 minutes time, then you would be disqualified immediately. So, next calling upon the stage, Aryan in against of the motion with serial number 19. Serial number 19, Aryan in against of the motion.
Good afternoon all of you. Myself Aryan from BTech first year CV. Today I am in the against of the motion. Basically, our government passed 103rd amendment by which EWS category is getting 10% reservation. But I am totally against the motion because there is a amendment, there is a constitution. It is clearly said in the case of Indira Sen by the government that reservation not be more than 50%. If I go to the backward data according to which it is clearly said that 49.5% seats are already reserved. So if we give 10% reservation more to the individualist category, then it is crossing the limit of 50%. So, and second one is that the individualist reservation is giving only to the general category. But according to SARC mission data, it was clearly mentioned that there are 38% people in the SC category which are below poverty line and 48% people in the ST category which are also below poverty line. So why they are not getting a reservation? It was the violation of the equality constitution. So this is also a discriminate against them. And there is also one thing that reservation also give to the government as well as in the private unaided institution. So in the private sector we need to get skillful persons by which we can help our India to make made in India products. So if there are any person who have less marks or less knowledge and he get selected by the reservation, so he may be not that much able to develop our city. So we should give chance to the able persons. And so thank you so much for listening.
It was a nice try, thank you. Now, calling upon the stage our next participant, Gaurav, in favor of the motion with serial number 45. Gaurav? 45. Yeah. Gaurav, are you present here? Okay.
You have to mention 45 roll number. Gaurav.
Good evening, honorable judges. My Good evening, respected judges, my friends. So today I got up from printing technology third year. I humbly share my views. Regarding decision on 10% reservation for EWS and 103 amendment will ensure economic justice to its citizens. I am in favor. So I am in favor regarding this topic. So firstly we know about what is EWS. This is that type of category in general. Those people who are in general category have annual income of 8 lakh, includes their salary and everything are come in EWS category. So last few days government passed the
मैं फिर कहना चाहूंगी कि इस मंच पे आना ही बहुत बड़ी बात है. So if you are coming here and speaking even 2 words, it's really a matter of great importance. So thank you so much. Now, calling upon the stage our next participant, Purnima, in against of the motion with serial number 21. 21, Purnima.
A very good evening to everyone. I'm Purnima from BSc Honors Psychology first year. Today I'm going to share my views against the motion. That is, EWS reservation is actually providing help to people who are actually economically weak or not. Talking about economically weak people, they are not very aware of this particular amendment, which is being made for general people, that they will get a reservation for the same. People who belong to general category and are poor, they don't even have basic facilities. So they don't even know that there is such reservation for them. And people who have the basic facilities which can help them to like get the seat without any sort of reservation, they know that they can get a seat with reservation, and they are actually moving ahead and getting the reservation without any sort of effort. This is quite wrong. We can ask even ourselves if someone is taking our seat just because they are having a certificate of being economically weak, and we know that they are not economically weak, we all know how we would feel for the same. Now, talking about the criteria, 8 lakh is a quite good amount. Okay, then we can't consider someone with 8 lakh rupees for like a year. We can't consider them poor. They can afford basic facilities. A person with 8 lakh can get a car. They have a car. I have seen children of people with 8 lakh rupees per annum. They are having bullet bikes and are having EWS category certificate to get admissions and jobs. They don't need to work hard. They feel like that, and that is quite wrong. We are a nation with the great amount of youth. We have the workforce, and we are not putting that workforce on work because we are providing them facilities. And the people who need facilities, who actually need facilities, they are not getting facilities. We should think, instead of leaving the criteria 8 lakh, we should consider BPL people, below poverty line people. They are the people who don't even have the money to arrange food for three times of a day. They are the people. They can't afford basic facilities for education. We should consider them. Instead of considering them, we are giving a quite broad, quite like large amount, 8 lakh rupees. Instead of doing that, we should consider BPL only. Now, talking about this BPL thing, they are the people with less than 24 rupees per day. They are the people who are having less than 24 rupees to spend per day. Now they can't afford education, they can't afford to get job with like approach or with money or with anything else. They need reservation. We should provide reservation to needy people, not to anyone. Thank you.
It's a humble request to all of you to put your mobile phones and your mouth on a silent mode. Thank you so much. Now inviting on the stage our next participant, Vatsal Keshav, in favor of the motion with serial number 35. Vatsal Keshav with serial number 35.
Hi, Joseph Keshav, a first year student of BTech Computer Science Engineering. Wish a warm afternoon to the President of the House, the members of the jury, and all attentive and intelligent listeners. Here I am speaking in favor of today's topic, that is regarding justifying the 10% reservation for EWS, that is the economically weaker sections. that is the economically weaker section, and how it benefits our society. I begin by saying that after years of independence of India, we are yet to achieve our goal of equality among us. And slowly this goal is becoming a dream. But reservations which are class-based remedies to correct the historic injustice done to classes of people, put up a strong fight to the reservations put up a very strong fight to make that dream a reality. And the EWS concept, the reservation, is not an alien one. It's in the Right to Education Act of 2009. Furthermore, the the EWS Act was quite controversial one, as when three judges were in favor of this quota and two were against. With this, there is another controversy that 50% quota, the 50% cap is quite exceeded with this another 10% reservation for the EWS. But this is a matter of the opposition, but it needs to be answered now. You can take an example of an general student who got a poor rank in JEE because she could not afford high costs of coaching, and she was not that benefited as a general student, as an OBC student whose situation was exactly the same. This situation is quite alarming, not that alarming, but it quite tells us that the rising need to support the not so sound economical classes globally has birthed this quota, and it is for the best of our society, our nation, and humanity. Thank you.
It is rightly said that sometimes a touch of simplicity is sufficient to show how confident you are. So, calling upon the stage our next participant, Mansukh, in against of the motion with serial number 6. Serial number 6, Mansukh.
Gratuities should be rationed to them who deserve them, and not to those who solicit them. I hope the judges won't give me any privileges just because I am financially distinguishable from my fellow competitors. Salutation to the authorities and my fellow competitors. I am Mansukh, and I am here to embody my viewpoints against the 103rd Constitutional Amendment. First of all, I would like to draw your kind attention toward the gravity that this law was passed in haste. It was legalization by stealth. The 124th Constitutional Bill 2019 was introduced in the Parliament unannounced on the 8th of January 2019 as some national security matter was involved. The Parliament doesn't have enough time to see through the bill. It goes past in both the houses in just 48 hours, and also it got approved by the President on the next day. The 103rd Constitutional Amendment Bill was introduced on the 12th January with a Union Gazette, and it defines that there will be 10% economic reservation for the economical backward classes in the general category, accepting the other classes which were the scheduled tribes and the scheduled classes or the other backward classes. This judgment was based on untruth or unverified facts as the judgment was based on unverified facts as the matter of object, as the statement of object and reason for the reservation given by the government was that the economically weaker people are not equally represented in the higher education institutions and public sector jobs. But the government did not produce any data to back up the point. Also, there is a strong possibility that these people are overrepresented in these sections. But the real question is, do the people of this section they really pass the test of backwardness? Economic inequality is
Thank you. Now moving forward and not taking much of your time, let me call upon the stage Dabjeet Day in favor of the motion with serial number 38.
Of course, we are self-dependent. Of course, we are self-dependent because we are not categorized in general category. Because we are not categorized in general category. Honorable Chief Guest, respected Director of Training and Placement Cell, respected judges, my dear brothers and sisters of Guru Jambesar University, a very good afternoon to all. Today, we have gathered here to have a debate on the topic, the decision of 10% reservation for EWS will ensure economic justice to its citizens. I am Devjit De from BTech CSE first year, standing in front of you to reflect my views. I am in favor of the motion, and let me explain why. To explain this, let's us flashback to 2019, when the 103rd Constitutional Amendment Act was not implemented and the EWS reservation was not adopted. SC, ST and OBCs are the primary category which are getting reservations in higher education and government jobs. Now my friends, what do you think? Is it fair to extend reservation to the children of doctors, engineers, lawyers, MLAs, MPs of SC, ST and OBC category? No, not at all. They don't need reservation anymore. Generally speaking, the main reason for the angerness or angry in general caste is that rich people from the reserved category getting reservation, but the poor people from the general category does not able to take the advantage of it. So what is the solution? And the solution is reservation for general category based on their financial condition, and that is EWS reservation. In EWS reservation, it is totally based on financial condition. All those citizens whose family income is below 8 lakh, who doesn't possess more than 5 acres of agricultural land, who doesn't have residential flat more than 1000 square feet, can avail the benefits of EWS. I think EWS totally ensures justice to its citizens because
EWS uplifts those people from the poverty line who doesn't have food to eat, who doesn't have shelter to live, who doesn't have money for education. EWS does not violate the basic structure of the constitution. EWS reservation gives social, economic and educational EWS reduces social, economical and educational inequality as most of the EWS students are not able to attend their higher education and getting government jobs due to their financial incapacity or incapability. And moreover, EWS reduces stigma related to reservation. EWS is related to caste, and frequently higher caste people used to look down upon those who come to reservation. And moreover, EWS ensures justice to the fathers of those who have died in the borders to fight against the terrorists to save India. So I am completely supporting this 10% reservation for EWS. At last, I wanted to say thank, and I am highly obliged to all those who are directly and indirectly involved in organizing this debate competition and making this debate so charmful and wonderful. Thank you.
I do not have to repeat the rules, right? You already know that, but yes, your efforts have a great importance on this stage, so thank you so much. Now inviting on stage our next participant, there is Ravi Kumar, in favor of the motion with serial number 16. Serial number 16.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ravi. I am an MBA student. I will start my debate with a question that which people of our country really need or deserve the reservation? Is the reservation given to those persons who belong to a specific caste, but it doesn't matter whether the person is rich or poor? Or the reservation should be given to a poor person, but in this case it doesn't matter whether the person belongs to a upper class or lower class? The answer of this question is very simple. I strongly believe in that the reservation should be given on the basis of poverty, not on the basis of religion and caste. So I am here. I will share my opinion in the favor of this decision. So what exactly this decision says? In this decision, the 10% reservation will be given to the those peoples who economically weaker in our country and which belongs to the general category. And why? And here question arises that why this reservation will ensure the economic justice to its citizens. The first point is that, as we all know that when poverty comes near to a person, it never discriminates on the basis of religions or caste. It does not think that I should not enter into this house because the upper class person is living there. And it does not think also that I should enter into this house because the lower person is living in this house, lower class person is living there. So if caste does not, if poverty does not have any caste, so why we are giving reservation according to caste? The second point is that the economic reservation should be given on the basis of poverty, on the economic condition of a person. And we cannot avoid a person. We cannot avoid a person on the. Secondly, the Supreme Court also said in its judgment that the reservation is valid according to Constitution, and definitely it will benefit the EWS category. And so I am strongly believing that it will really help the EWS category people. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hope you are not getting bored, right? So we are coming to the ending. So I would like to invite on stage Preeti in against of the motion with serial number 36. Just hang on, guys. It's a train. We have a destination. We are on our journey. Thank you.
Respective judges and all my friends, a warm good evening to everyone. This side Preeti from Economics Department. I am against the topic of decision of 10% reservation for EWS. Our country, India. India is a developing country. We want that skilled and intelligent persons are employed and made our country developed. If not skilled and intelligent persons as the in the behalf of reservation of EWS, then this is not right for our country. In India, in 1910, there is a rule in our constitution that made that 50%, only 50% reservation is right for all reservation. In this 27% reservation is fixed for OBC seats and 22.5 reservation is set for SC and ST categories. In this, we put that 10% extra reservation for EWS, that it breaks the rule of constitution. It makes a wrong thing for our countries. In India, people are divided their property and showing less property in documents. This made wastage of EWS. We want skilled person, not this skilled person. I am not saying that every poor people is this skilled and there is no skillness, but we want skilled person, not this skilled. So, thank you. That's it.
So, once upon a time, a rishi said that a smile at the end of anything would make you squats. So, I think her smile was her profitable part. So, calling for the stage next participant, Samriti, in favor of the motion with serial number 40. And yes, to your smile here. Yes.
Good evening to everyone. I am Smriti from HSB Department, Techcom first year. Today I stand here in front of all you presenting my views in motion of the favor. So let's start. It is significant for us to know that it was the Jyoti Rao and William Hunter, those who conceived the idea of the introduced caste-based reservation system in 1882 in India. Provisions of the Constitutions of India allows the Union government and state government and the territories of India to set reservations and seats. So, recently, sometimes ago, I5's constitutions had cleared the petitions, arguments, and the jar income is less than 8 lakhs. Thank you.
Yes.
With the words, like it is well said, that Atithi Devo Bhava, I would welcome our chief guest, Dr. Dalbir Singh Ji, Dean Alumni Relations, and I request our chief guest for his intellectual words.
Really, first of all, I feel very sorry. आना तो मुझे पहले था, लेकिन अनअवॉइडेबल सर्कमस्टेंसेस में एक फिल्म की मदद दुनिया में नहीं रही, वहाँ जाना पड़ा। तो इतने यंग माइंड्स को मैं पहली बार देख रहा हूँ, क्लास में तो बैठे सुनता हूँ, सुनाते हैं। टॉपिक बड़ा अच्छा था और बहुत कुछ पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहता था, सीखना चाहता था कि यंग जनरेशन क्या सोचती है इस बारे में, जो कि बहुत ही ये कहें कि आपकी एज में एक बहुत ही बड़ा आपको लगता है कि जोल्ट है, बहुत मुद्दा है और देश ऐसे दो राहें पे खड़ा हो गया है कि either in favor or against. And in the past also we have suffered a lot due to these kind of situations. Either person are favoring this or either person are disfavoring. Indian government they made a constitutional amendment. आप यंग ब्लड है तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि देश बाबा भीमराव अम्बेडकर जी के द्वारा रचित, उनके द्वारा हेडेड जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कमेटी थी, उसने जो संविधान दिया है वो आत्मा है, उसी से चलता है। और उसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि उसमें हम चेंज नहीं कर सकते, उन्होंने लिबर्टी दी है कि कब कौन क्या चेंज कर सकता है। 103 अमेंडमेंट में ये पहली बार मुद्दा आया, इकोनॉमिक वीकर सेक्शन की रिजर्वेशन, जिसको आप डील कर रहे हैं। आपने बड़े अच्छे विचार भी दिए होंगे, मैं कलेक्ट नहीं कर पाया, सॉरी फॉर दैट। तो कई मुद्दे थे उसमें इकोनॉमिक वीकर सेक्शन में। तो आपको पहले फिलॉसफी पता होनी चाहिए कि रिजर्वेशन दी क्यों गई। वेरी बिगिनिंग वी वर रूल्ड बाय द फॉरेनर्स, चाहे वो मुगल थे चाहे इंग्लिश थे, उनको हमारा सामाजिक ताना बाना पता ही नहीं था। पहली बार जब हम आजाद हुए तो हमने सोचा कि हम कैसे देश हैं, हम कैसे सब मिल के आगे चलेंगे। कुछ लोगों को पढ़ने के लिए ही संसाधन नहीं थे, कहीं यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं थी, कॉलेज नहीं थे, तो तब ये दिया गया एक विंडो की जो डिप्राइव्ड ऑफ सोसाइटी है उसको इंक्लूजन करने के लिए, सोशल इंक्लूजन करने के लिए, उनका पार्टिसिपेशन बढ़ाने के लिए रिजर्वेशन दी गई। कोई एक अलग बहस का मुद्दा है कि 10 साल के लिए दी गई, 20 साल के लिए दी गई, इमटेरियल। आप यंग ब्लड आपके सामने है, वो कब दी गई नहीं दी गई, क्योंकि वो अंडर लॉ है, अंडर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है। जब भी उसकी मियाद खत्म होती है तो सारी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी उसको बढ़ाती है, और वो भी सोच के कि ये अभी तक जो उसके ऑब्जेक्टिव थे वो पूरे नहीं हुए। इसी दौरान मंडल कमीशन आया, देश में काफी नुकसान हुआ, ओबीसी को रिजर्वेशन दिया गया, और तब भी इसके लिए जो सोशल जस्टिस डिपार्टमेंट है वो टाइम टू टाइम बिठाते रहते हैं, अपनी स्टडी करते रहते हैं, और अब भी आप पाएंगे तो अभी भी इक्वल इंक्लूजन नहीं हुआ है। तो कुछ जगह तो इसलिए क्यों भूलते हैं कि वो उनके पास रिजर्वेशन नहीं है, तो गवर्नमेंट ने डिफरेंट रिप्रेजेंटेशन लेके ये ईडब्ल्यूएस का प्रोविजन दिया है। ये कोर्ट में चैलेंज होता है, इक्वल राइट है, कोई भी जाके कोर्ट में चैलेंज कर सकता है अपने कि ये मेरे खिलाफ है या मेरे फेवर में क्यों नहीं। तो उस पे कंट्रोवर्सी चलती रही, और लास्ट में अभी थोड़े दिन पहले जो फुल बेंच थी सुप्रीम कोर्ट की, उसका जजमेंट आया, 3 फेवर्स में थे और 2 अगेंस्ट थे। देखिए, एक मुद्दा ऐसा है कि जिसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट, जिसमें जिसको जो कोर्ट्स ऑफ लॉ है, कोर्ट्स की कोर्ट है, वहां भी डिवीजन है। इट मींस कि ये ग्राउंड लेवल पे रियलिटी में कोई एग्जिस्ट करती है। उसके मुद्दे पे ना जाए कि वो किस फेवर में थे और किस अगेंस्ट में थे। अल्टीमेटली उन्होंने अपहेल्ड किया कि यस देयर इज ए नीड ऑफ इकोनॉमिक सेक्शन। फिर दूसरा क्वेश्चन था कि क्या इसमें एससी और बीसी को इंक्लूड किया जाए। कोर्ट से नो, उनका ब्रैकेट्स अलग। उन्होंने कहा था कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर के कुछ लोगों को, प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशन को क्या लागू किया जाए। कोर्ट ने इसको ओपन रखा है कि कोई नहीं, इसके बारे में गवर्नमेंट ले सकती है। तो देखिए, आप यंग ब्लड है, आप कहेंगे कि हमारे सामने अपॉर्चुनिटीज कम होती जा रही, और उसमें से फिर आपने 50%, 60% पे हो जाएगा, 70% पे हो जाएगा। लेकिन आपको दूसरा सोचना है। अभी आपके दिमाग में बात आई कि ये अभी तो मेरी बराबर में खड़ा है कोई बच्चा, और अब मेरे से आगे निकल जाएगा, तो हम इसको टोटलिटी में लेंगे। अभी पीछे 4-5 दिन स्वीपर्स की स्ट्राइक हुई, हम में से सब लोग कहते हुए स्वीपर्स कुछ नहीं करते, स्वीपर्स कुछ नहीं करते, 4 दिन स्ट्राइक हुई, शहरों में सांस लेना दूर हो गया। तो हमें वो कितना कुछ करते हैं, उनके बिना लाइफ कितना डिफिकल्ट है। हम गुरु महाराज जी की यूनिवर्सिटी, कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूशन, कोई भी हम यज्ञ करते हैं, कुछ और करते हैं, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ कास्ट, ब्रीड, रिलीजन, हम आगे चलते हैं। प्रताप जी तो बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम चलाते रहते हैं ऐसे सम्राट आदि। तो आप यंग ब्लड हो, आपको इसको पॉजिटिव लेना कि ये गलत है कि ठीक है, ये हो गया है, ये रहेगा, और हुआ है तो फिलॉसफी है उसके पीछे कि बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे थे जिनके पास नहीं था, उनको एक पैसेज दिया गया कि वो इंक्लूजन करें, वो आगे बढ़े। अब सपोज कोई किसी बड़ी कास्ट से है, कोई बनिया फैमिली से है, कोई राजपूत फैमिली से है, कोई जाट फैमिली से है, कोई ब्राह्मण फैमिली से, इसका मतलब ये तो नहीं सारे बनिया करोड़पति। बहुत से लोग उनमें से ऐसे मिलेंगे जो जिनके पास हैंड टू माउथ और उनका बच्चा टैलेंटेड, और यदि वो इस विंडो से आगे निकलता है तो वो बेटरमेंट करेगा, वो आगे बढ़ेगा। तो आपको अब आगे ये करना है कि इसकी लिमिट्स क्या हो, और यही चीज जो गवर्नमेंट कर नहीं पा रही है, गवर्नमेंट इसको इंप्लीमेंट कर देगी सब बाकी लोगों के लिए, कि जो फिलोसफी हम पहले से पर्टेन करते हुए कि कास्ट बेस ना होके इकोनॉमिक बेस पे होना चाहिए। ये कामयाब होगा 10%, तभी हम ये बात कर पाएंगे यस ये चीजें तब वैसी नहीं थी, अब ऐसी हो गई है। लेकिन उसके लिए हमें डिस्कशन करनी पड़ेगी अपने प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे कि इसके क्या राइट्स होने चाहिए, इसके क्या मुद्दे होने चाहिए, कौन सी कंडीशंस होनी चाहिए, क्या सिर्फ पढ़ाई में मिलना चाहिए, क्या नौकरी में मिलना चाहिए, क्या नौकरी के बाद प्रमोशंस में भी मिलना चाहिए। ये डिस्कशन करें हम करें। हो सकता है कई बार अमेंडमेंट गलत हो जाते हैं, कई बार कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में ठीक करना पड़ता है। यदि इसके भ्रष्ट कुछ प्रॉब्लम आई, देश में अनरेस्ट हो या कुछ चीजें ऐसी गवर्नमेंट को लगा ये खराब हो सकती है, इसको फिर से रिवाइज किया जा सकता है। इट इज नॉट अल्टीमेट। तो मेरा इतना है, तो मैं दोबारा आपसे क्षमा प्रार्थी हूँ कि मैं बहुत लेट हो गया, इसके लिए मैं आप इस डिस्कशन पे कभी और क्योंकि मैं एक लीगल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से समझा सकता था, लेकिन मैं तैयार नहीं कर पाया अपने माइंड को। सोची तो थी काफी सारी चीजें कि अमेंडमेंट कैसे होता है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में, किन किन मुद्दों पे होता है, कहाँ कहाँ सपोर्ट की जरूरत पड़ती है। मिनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन भी एक बना दिया था मिसेज इंदिरा गांधी ने, उन्होंने बहुत सारा संविधान बदल दिया था। और इस संविधान को बदलना सिर्फ ऐसे नहीं होता, उसके बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट इसको नल एंड वाइड भी कर सकती है। बहुत सारे अमेंडमेंट ऐसे हैं जो कोर्ट ने नल एंड वाइड किए। तो इसलिए हमारी सरकार के जो 3 अंग हैं, जुडिशरी, एग्जीक्यूटिव और गवर्नमेंट, वो मिल के काम करते हैं। वो सुप्रीम नियम के बीच में प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया बैठा हुआ है जो कोऑर्डिनेट करते हैं। स्टेट में गवर्नर बैठा हुआ है और सेंटर में प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया बैठे हुए हैं। और बहुत एग्जाम्पल है, यदि आप देखेंगे अमेंडमेंट्स डाल के, बहुत सारे अमेंडमेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने रिजेक्ट किए। और ये यदि एक जज इधर से उधर हो जाता है, 2-3 से हो जाता है, तो ये अमेंडमेंट सस्टेन नहीं करता, गवर्नमेंट को फिर दोबारा इसको लेके जाना। तो बहुत लंबी सारी बातें हो सकती है इस पर। आप लोगों का पेशेंस, मैं प्रताप जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। काफी इवैल्यूएशंस हो रखी, देखते हैं इस बच्चे को नहीं। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, sir. Every act of conscious learning requires the willingness to suffer an inquiry to our self-esteem. That is why young children, before they are aware of their self-importance, learn so easily with their teacher guidance. Thank you for your inspiring and motivating words, sir. We always feel honored to listen to people like you. Thank you. Now moving forward, judges, please note that we have just 4 more participants remaining. So, I would like to invite on stage our next participant, Anu, in against of the motion with serial number 25.
First of all, a warm good evening to our honorable chief guest and ladies and gentlemen. This is Anu from Economics Department, BSc second year, and I am in the against of the motion. So basically, my points are: if you are having an EWS certificate, you can get the reservation benefit. Then this is disadvantages for those who are really deserving and not getting benefit. So this is a limitation. Next, I want to add, during justice, Dinesh Maheshwari also stated that there is 50% ceiling or K for reservation. That is 27% for OBC category and 22.5% for SC and ST category. But still, we are giving 10% extra reservation. So this is breaching the constitution rule. Then this is also a limitation point. And one more thing I want to add, this is that we are having reservation in division for SC category, for ST category, for OBC category. So there is total division, and now if we are adding 10% extra reservation, then that will be taken from general category. Then this will be disadvantageous for general category also. There is not given in anywhere that SC, ST and OBC peoples are very poor. General categories peoples can be more or extreme poor. They are also need advantage, benefits. So government should work upon these things also. Thank you from my side.
Thank you so much. It was a nice try. Now, not wasting your time, let me call upon the stage our next participant, Khushbu, in against of the motion with serial number 25. Khushbu with serial number 25.
Hello, all the journalists, teachers, and my friends. Myself, Khushbu, from Electric Engineering first year. Here, I am against the motion. So, our government provides a 10% reservation to all the general categories. It is really helpful for those people, but there is a point to notice that the reservation is only that they can get admission. There is nothing about fees. Like in our, we can take an example of our university. The students who get reservation admission due to this reservation, their yearly income and the income is like 1,20,000. They are from EWS category, but they have to pay 35,000 as like us. We are not from I am not from EWS, but the same candidate from EWS having their annual income 8 lakh. He also have to pay same, but there is a lot of difference between their annually income. So this is not needed that the government have to think about the point that their income is more important than they is general and 8 lakh. 8 lakh is really a big number of quantity in comparison to all others. There are some all people like OBC, BC and other categories who have less income, but they get their registration just because of their caste, not of like their income. If their income is less than 8 lakh, but even their income is to 1,20,000 and something like this, but they're not from EWS, and that is a really post.
Hang on there, guys. We have 2 more participants with us. So calling upon the stage, Dev Sharma in favor of the topic with serial number 37. Serial number 37, judges please note it. Dev Sharma, thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Dev Sharma from CSC first year.
People reading is not allowed.
Try to speak louder.
I can have your
Reservation was first done because the minorities of the backward classes were socially and economically less represented in the mainstream. And originally, when Dr. Ambedkar started this, he has stated that it will be good for 10 years, but after that, they saw the results that the SC/ST communities were not really still in the mainstream, and so they continued it further. And also the politics about that has mattered. And the current, we have been talking about the one third amendment. In this, the government tried to provide that 10% reservation to the EWS, which mostly would benefit the upper class, economically people, and the people who try to say that this is not good must only be saying this because they think it will seats will be less for the general category, and the rest will there is a rule that there is 50% ceiling for that you can only do that reservation. And now in most states after the 10% reservation, usually rent goes to 60, and in Karnataka it is already 69 almost. And yes, it will very much take away the seats for the general category. But I think that personally, caste based reservation is not correct because it just takes the discrimination that we had in historical times further to the next generation because they have the inner he got he takes the discrimination to the next generation. But giving the reservation to the economical weaker section helps because they get more recognition and in the mainstream. We should give reservation to the economically weaker because they do not have the enough resources sometimes and get represented in the mainstream.
Like I've already told you, your efforts are of a great importance on this day. So thank you so much for coming here and present your best self. So judges, please note that there's a surprise entry. So 2 students are remaining. So calling upon the stage, next participant, Yogendra, in against of the motion with serial number 2. Yogendra, serial number 2. And also, it is to inform you all that if anyone is interested and is remaining, you can contact our coordinator Prakash Jha or joint coordinator Barka. Thank you.
So friends, there have been 76 years of independence of India and the question still remains same. Do we still need the reservation? I am Yogendra and going to speak against the topic of EWS reservation is providing economic justice to its citizens. Now I am strongly against this topic because I believe that reservation is weakening the roots of democracy. Now there are 3 main issues with this reservation. First is that this reservation is solely based on the economic criteria of any citizen, which is constitutionally not possible because in the constitution there is not any clause which mentions that reservation can be on the basis of economic criteria of any of the citizen of the India. Second thing is it is excluding SC, ST and OBCs from this reservation. And in the Article 14 of India, it is clearly mentioned that state cannot discriminate with any of the category. So it is violating the constitutional clause. Third issue which I want to highlight is from 1992 Indira Gandhi versus Union of India case. In the Indira Gandhi versus Union of India case, Supreme Court clearly mentioned that the reservation cannot reach the 50% limitation in the jobs and institutional admissions. So these are three main issues with this reservation. Now, suppose there is a leader or a political leader in the society. Now I want to ask a question: is it difficult for him to approve a certificate for himself of EWS category? Because I think many of you will have this EWS certificate. I think it is not very much hard to get a EWS certificate with the approval of Patwari and the Tehsildar. And so I think that it is weakening the roots of democracy. In a recent judgment, Chief Justice of India, U. Lalit, also said that can reservation be solely based on the economic criteria of any citizen of the India? Because the reservation was introduced in the Indian Constitution not for economic benefits. It was introduced to remove the social backwardness of some communities like SC, ST and OBC. So I strongly believe that this reservation is weakening the roots of democracy, and it is like leaky devil in the Indian politics and not anything else. Thank you everyone. I'm wishing all of the opponents all the very best. Thank you.
Amazing. It was such a captivating performance. Thank you so much. Now calling upon the stage Gaurav in favor of the motion with serial number 28. Judges, please note serial number 28, Gaurav. Another surprise entry before you go. One more entry is remaining.
Good evening everyone. I am Gaurav from BTech Printing third year. I am in favor of this topic. And 10% reservation for EWS quota is good for general category students, because general category students different because general category students have very better in education, have tried to do their best in the education or in their jobs, but SC students have when SC students and general students have their same scores, but general students did not have not give their opportunity. That I feel much better because I am in general category. General students facing more issues than SC categories, but that's why I'm in favor, because ना से तो कुछ better तो मिले. But some SC students, yeah, SC categories people's opposite in this quota, because ये कुछ पड़ोसियों जैसे होते हैं जिनके पेट में बात नहीं बनती, दूसरों के पास उल्टा कैसे आगे और बस उल्टी है. But this is 103rd amendment constitution. In the constitution this is not in the opposite, this is not the opposite of the constitution. Thank you very much.
A nice try indeed. So, not wasting much of your time, calling upon the stage Next and last participant of today's event. Oh my god, look at the smiles. Last participants of today's event, Nisha Singh Riddu, in favor of the motion with serial number 43. Serial number 43.
The poor has to fail about just to keep their hands above the water. Good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Nisha, a freshman of the Computer Science Engineering, and today I am here speaking to you all about how a constitutional verdict saves us all from the worst from the human rights violation. Basically, a third most organization crime, or we can say a billion-dollar industry indeed. Today, basically, I'm going to talk about the modern day slavery. To begin with, I would like to go ahead with an example. We can take a usual scenario in our society. For example, there is a woman named Manju in our society. She is a bangle maker. She supports her living through her business, and her business is basically she earns 5 lakhs per annum through all years. Through this business, she is supporting herself and her daughter's life, and basically she thinks that education is the best investment she could ever make. As our world is growing and the genders are being reversed, she feels like that through this investment she could have made her daughters more capable of her own self, and they could promote herself in the future. But because of the lack of education and poor education quality, she is not able to make her daughter's fulfillment, and no additional support. Her daughters are not able to get a decent job. So to help such people, Supreme Court have made a stand under the verdict of to just basically, sorry my bad, to help such people, the Supreme Court have uplifted the validity of 10% reservation for the 10% reservation for the economically weak section of our society, so that they be economically inclusive and socially justified. But to just alarm the question, to just alarm the audience over here, I just want to ask you all a question. Like, we as a student of this university, what steps or what concerns we could take to just make these people, the basically economically weaker section of our society, to feel more inclusive and to feel basically more socially justified. What steps we could take? We know that the government is making schemes and the amendment, and it is the world 103rd amendment. But what we could take as measures to just support these people? I would like to ask you all. No one?
We can give them financial aid.
Sorry?
We can give them financial aid for economically weaker sections if you are talking about.
How in the whole country, how you can just meet the economical needs? Exactly, just by providing the financial needs.
But reservation is not only the way. Financial aid can be given by giving them by
We as
providing
a
the
student, we cannot provide the financial needs.
What's
Na?
your point of view about this?
uniform.
By eliminating reservation policies.
Please don't say that.
By eliminating all reservation policies within the next 5 years.
Basically, we can spread awareness, you mean, right?
No, we should eliminate all reservation policies within the next 5 years.
Also, thanks for keeping your point, but I would like to add on it. Like, we can actually spread awareness by just telling them the heights achieved by the people who are really from the economically weak section of the society, that they are capable enough that belief, I would like to end this conversation, and I would like to believe that this amendment will fulfill and improve improve the quality and the betterment of our country. Thank you.
Look at how the events have unfolded from a debate competition to a group discussion. It's really appreciated. So, to tell you all, so first of all, please give a huge round of applause to It's really amazing to see total 27 entries in this debate competition with 14 in favor and 13 against of the motion. Thank you so much all the participants. Now, it's impossible to achieve goals without the guidance of our gurus, our teachers. So, I humbly request Dr. Asta Gupta ma'am for giving us a view on this particular topic. Ma'am, we invite you. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Asta Gupta, Assistant Professor, English Tourism with the GJUS&T. And first of all, I would like to thank to Pratap sir and his entire team for inviting me to judge here. And secondly, I'm really very delighted and amazed to see the performance and talent of the students. Seriously, I enjoyed the session. And they were, reading and they were speaking. Whenever you are facing any interview in your future and whenever you will be going to, do debate competitions, so definitely you should be confident. Mostly students, and I observed that they were shivering like this. They had papers and they were shivering like this and they were just red. So I just want you to be confident, and if you imitate the people, mostly people, they were repeating again, they were repeating the topic. Basically, topic is really wonderful, amazing, because nowadays youngsters think about it, reservations. I'm not talking about the general category, or I'm not talking about the SC, ST, EWS and all. I'm just talking about all the categories we have here in this country. The main problem in this country are only corruption and the reservation. And always the people fight for this. Okay? So, doesn't matter. I would like to say one thing, that those who are poor, definitely the government should help them for study. Okay? But I really criticize the thing who the person, they are really very rich, they have and they can survive their life in luxurious way, and still they need to do study. Okay, in a MNC company, we can say the high schools, high college, high university. Mostly people, they are migrating from this country to another country because of the reservation corruptions. Those people who are getting 98%, I'm not talking about the category. I'm just talking about the reservation, only reservation. Okay, so those people who are getting 98%, definitely they will not get a chance to go in high school or high companies and high universities to enroll in that because of the reservations. And those who are not getting good marks, although they have money, they are just status of SC, ST, EWS. So definitely they'll get a chance to get reservation, and they are enrolling in that kind of things. So mostly people, whenever they are enrolling in the university, they always used to talk about this. In my department, I can say in the Department of English, as in the time of August and September, I just saw many students, they were crying for the admission. Even they just got good marks, any better marks than others. So, I'm not criticizing anything. First thing I would really like to do, I just want you to improve your English, to improve whenever you are speaking about any topic. Just be confident. And what the things are roaming in your mind, speak it out in front of everybody. I'm really very impressed by the quality of speeches as I heard in this evening. But really, I would like to criticize that you were shivering. Beta, you are future engineer. Okay? So you have to be very confident, very brave, okay? And presentable in front of everybody. This is only a platform so that you can enhance your skill, you can enhance your public speaking skills, you can also improve your critical thinking. Okay? So basically, I would like to congratulate all the participants who have participated here, and they were rock. And according to me, in my opinion, all are winners. But actually, there's a huge list of the students, and we have only 3 trophies. 6 trophies we have. How many trophies we have? 3 and 6. 3 trophies. 3 trophies. Okay, we have. So it was really very difficult for the judges to select students, select winners, because all were presented very wonderfully. Okay, all presented their topic wonderfully. So we were really very confused, and still after evaluating all the students with ideas, concept, selection of the topic. Basically, you should focus only on topic. Whatever topic you are given, then you have to only concentrate and focus on the topic given by someone, given by your authorities. Okay? So, I wish all of you a bright future and your career life, your successful life in your successful career in your life. Okay, thank you so much. And I'm really very lucky and fortunate to be a part of this wonderful session, wonderful competition. So here is a list, and definitely I would like to call Neeraj sir. Sir, please come on the stage, and we'll have a list. Definitely, we'll tell. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank Shri Pratap Malikji, who gives me an opportunity to act as an judge of this event. Or all students are doing well and gives maximum. और मुझे लगता है कि ये जो अपॉर्चुनिटी है जो ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट सेल स्टूडेंट्स को दे रहा है गुरु जम्बेश्वर यूनिवर्सिटी के, ये बेस्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी है आप सभी के लिए। और आप मुझे लगता है कि आप लोगों इससे जो मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट्स थे, मैंने देखा कि वो सभी बीटेक फर्स्ट या बीएससी फर्स्ट के हैं, फर्स्ट ईयर के हैं। तो उनके लिए सबसे पहले तो ये फर्स्ट स्टार्ट है कि जब वो फाइनल ईयर क्रॉस करेंगे तो उनका जो उनकी जो प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स है वो बेटर होंगे और भी ज्यादा। ठीक है, तो बेस्ट ऑफ लक टू ऑल।
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time we acknowledge the talent of our position holders, and to felicitate the prize holders, I would like to call upon the stage the great personality director, Sir Shri Pratap Malik, Assistant Director Dr. Aditya Veer Singh, Chief Guest Dr. Dalveer Singh from HSB Department, and judges Dr. Astha Gupta ma'am and Dr. Neeraj sir to come on the stage to distribute the award of position holders. And I request Sir, Assistant Director Sir, to announce the result of the position holders.
So thank you for giving this opportunity to share the results of previous month and today's competition result. So the last month result, I'll start with the last position, which is third. It goes to Krishnanand Tutu from BTech CSC department. Let's all of them together.
Your appreciation is much needed.
Photograph. Live.
And the second position goes to Devesh, BTech Electrical Engineering. And the first goes to Yogita, Department of Chemistry.
Please give a huge round of applause.
So it's time for the winners of today's competition. We have third position backed by Yogita Yadav.
आपकी तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट कम नहीं होनी चाहिए।
And the second position goes to Lalit Kumar. And the first prize goes to Bhavna Mittal.